Okay, so today we're going to be talking about integration by parts. And lots of times you'll see, if you have an integral of this form, they'll tell you the way to solve it is to have a u and a dv, and let the u be equal to f of x, and let dv equals to g of x dx. Okay, that can get very confusing, because lots of times you get confused with what's the u, what's the dv, and what do you do afterwards, and how do you fit it all together. But today we're not going to be doing that. So there's another way to look at integration by parts. Okay, so we're going to write this down so it's easy for you to remember. So integration by parts, that's really the same as moving derivatives. Okay, what do we mean by that? Okay, so let's say we have an integral, the integral of x times e to the x dx. Alright, now the way you should approach integration by parts is, which direction should I move the integral such that the integrand becomes simpler? Okay, alright, so first of all you want to split the integrand into two parts. In this case it's easy because you only have two functions within the integrand. So do we want to take the derivative and move it from x to e to the x? That probably wouldn't be the best idea, because when we remove the derivative from here to here, then this derivative of e to the x stays the same. Alright, it's probably a smarter idea to move the derivative from here to here. Okay, what do we mean by move the derivative? It means we take the antiderivative of one part of the integrand and we move it to the other part of the integrand. Okay, so let's make things a bit clearer here. Okay, so this is our example again. Alright, so we want to take the integral of that. Now, we want to take the antiderivative of e to the x and we pull it off of e to the x. So when we pull the derivative off of e to the x, then we leave it alone and we write it without the integral sign. Okay, so for the first term you're going to remove the derivative from e to the x, so the antiderivative of that is just e to the x, and x stays the same. Okay, so that's that, you leave it alone. Then you put a minus sign, then you put the integral sign, and now what you do is you move the derivative onto the x. So now your x becomes a 1 dot e to the x dx. Okay, so you move this down, and this should be an easy integral. If this isn't, then you probably shouldn't be looking at this video. You probably need to go to algebra. So the derivative of e to the x is simply e to the x, and there we have it. Well, that looks like e times x, so we'll put it up here. So that's the answer to that integral. Okay, so if you want to see if this in fact really is the answer, then what you do is you apply the product rule. You leave x alone and you multiply by the derivative of e to the x, which is like so. Okay, then you take the derivative of x, which is 1, and you leave e to the x alone. Alright, then you subtract, well, there's no product rule here since there's only one term, so the derivative of e to the x is just simply e to the x. So these terms cancel, and in fact you get your integrand.